Well, howdy everyone. I thought I'd talk about, I had a couple doctor's appointments there Monday. One was see Dr. Scott, that's my foot doctor. Great guy, love him, love his family, the ladies that work the front, great, they've been great to me for years. Dr. Scott saved my foot, my leg, many times. But I had to go do a checkup, which every 3 months now, used to be every month, but since I've got my sugar a lot under control, my feet has been doing a lot better. I ain't had no sores or blisters or nothing like that on there. But after I seen Dr. Scott, I had an appointment with Dr. Santos. Now all this is down at Clinch Valley Medical Center, down at Richlands, Virginia. And Dr. Santos, I'd seen him last, I want to say October, because of my hands, where they've got the numbness, which it's carpal tunnel in it. And that's, you know, they did the test on my hands, my elbows and shoulders and everything, and found I had neuropathy and carpal tunnel in my hands. Well, he scheduled a surgery, I want to say in November. I'd got my eyes, shots in my eyes a few days before that, and sometimes it takes a few days for me to get over that, because it hurts and makes it hard to see. And so I scheduled, so I called to reschedule a few days before the surgery to have the carpal tunnel surgery done. Okay, no problem. They said call back when you're ready. So I called back in December, and they scheduled it about a week or two ahead. Well, had a death in the family on that day. This is going to be for their wake, funeral and all that. So I called a few days, about 3 or 4 days before the surgery, to have it rescheduled again. They said, well, call us back when you're ready to have the surgery again, and you have to come down and see the doctor again. I'm like, okay. Well, that's what the appointment was for Monday. Go down there and to reschedule. Let the doctor check me and all that shit. Well, doctor comes in, looks at me, he said, you know, you've counseled on me twice, and we were sitting there. Well, let me see. Let me try to get this right. Make sure I quote him right. And one day we canceled. He said, you were a no-show. I said, what do you mean a no-show? He said, well, we sat down there in the OR waiting on you for an hour. You didn't show up, and that cost money and time for all of us. And I said, well, that's not my fault. I said, I called and rescheduled. He said, no, you didn't. I said, yes, I did. So he goes into the office to talk to the girls. He left the door open, and I could hear him. And the girls, because he asked, you know, did he call and reschedule? No, he must have called the hospital. I know damn well I called his office. It wasn't the hospital. It was his fucking office. And they told me that it was okay to call back when I was ready to reschedule. So he comes back in, and he tells me, he's like, well, are you going to have it done this time? I'm like, yeah, if you schedule it, I'll come and do it. Well, he goes back to the office or wherever he went, because he told me to hang on for a second. And he comes back and he says, you know, I've been looking at your chart, and you've got heart disease, lung disease, liver disease, and kidney disease. He's like, I gotta get your diabetic doctor to clear this. So you need to make an appointment with Dr. Sahuni. I'm like, you just now fucking looking at my chart? And he didn't answer me. He just looked at me funny. I said, you mean to tell me each time that this has been scheduled, you haven't looked at my chart and seen all my fucking problems, but now you look at my chart and you see all my fucking problems. And now you want me to go get cleared by Dr. Sahuni. I said, what kind of fucking doctor are you? And he walks out pissed. Didn't say a word. So I walked out. So now I got to go see my diabetic doctor, Dr. Sahuni, next week to clear me to have this surgery on my hands for carpal tunnel. Ain't this some dumb shit? Shouldn't that be some kind of legal shit? If a doctor ain't looking at your fucking charts? And anyway, it's carpal tunnel. I mean, it ain't like he's going to brain surgery or heart surgery. Is it? I mean, hell, I've seen on YouTube where, hell, doctors do it right in a fucking office. So I think it's a hospital way of making a shit ton of money off of people's insurance. Because think about it, if you have to do, you know, you got to pay for the OR, you got to pay for anesthesia, you got to pay for all that bullshit. When I've seen them where they've done it right in the office, no anesthesia, no OR, and, you know, they numb it, cut it, clip it, zip it up. And this motherfucker gonna put me under and OR, all that shit. It don't make money. Money, 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 money. And if Dr. Santos sees this, I don't give a shit. If he decides not to do it, there's other doctors out there who do it. Maybe somebody will do it in a fucking office. And actually look at my fucking chart. I tell you what, some of these doctors, I mean, the doctors I have, like I said, Dr. Scott, Dr. Sahuni, you know, my nurse practitioner, you know, Karen Hart, great doctors. Think world of them, and nurses. I mean, fuck. But every time I go to a new one, there's always a fucking problem. So hopefully I can get this operation done sometime and get my hands working again. But I just thought I'd vent this. It's been bothering me for a few days, as you can tell. Well, try to love everybody, even people you don't like. At least be nice and throw your hand up as they go by. Have a good one.